Guys, the Silk Road Bitcoin that was being sold, that plan to sell over 69,000 Bitcoins may have been stopped in its tracks because Senator Cynthia Loomis is probing into it and he's saying it's a loss of unrealized value for Americans. And that is a big deal. Obviously, everyone's trying to make money, everyone's trying to save money. And obviously, like losing like 18, 19 billion dollars of unrealized value, which means like, you sold it before Bitcoin went up, is not something that anyone wants. She also characterized the attempts to sell the US government's Bitcoin holdings as a form of political spite because obviously Donald Trump wants to establish the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and she's saying that Democrats are trying to sell it before that takes place. This rushed approach, occurring during the presidential transition period, directly contradicts the incoming administration's stated policy objectives regarding the establishment of a national Bitcoin reserve. Now, we're of course talking about the Silk Road Bitcoin, and Judge Richard Seaborg denied a petition to block the asset forfeiture. The Bitcoin actually belonged to another company. They've been fighting about this for several years, I think even before Biden came into office. And they basically said, okay, yeah, the US government is the rightful owner of the Bitcoin. Obviously, for many, many years, the government has a set schedule on selling any Silk Road Bitcoin that they can acquire. However, it still needs more approvals and stamp of those approvals before it's actually finalized. And of course, the new administration is coming in within 3 or 4 days. So I don't think there's going to be enough time for them to actually do this. And especially because proposals for Bitcoin strategic reserves are actually gaining momentum, this actually puts the current administration, the outgoing one, in a tough spot because it makes it look like too much that they're just doing it out of spite. Because 69,000 Bitcoins is a lot of Bitcoin, and it would actually take a long while to actually sell it. They could put it on the spot market, but that's generally not what the US government does. They like to auction things off. And if they auction things off, and I think it'll be pretty obvious, like several nation states, several central banks, and many companies could actually end up bidding on it. But that takes a lot of time, and they don't have a lot of time before the new administration comes in and just wipes out the entire plan altogether. The other news is that Litecoin is going up. Why it's going up? Because an analyst actually said Litecoin is most likely going to be the next ETF, and the NASDAQ filed a Form 19B4 on January 16th to list and trade spot Litecoin ETF registered by Canary Capital. Eric Balchunas sees this as the first altcoin-related ETF approval in 2025. I was thinking it was going to be Solana, but it could just be LTC, and they could just get approved basically the day after the new administration comes into office. I'm actually surprised Gensler didn't actually approve this one because this one's exactly like Bitcoin, and he has no reason to deny it. It's probably just because he was outgoing very soon, and he didn't want to approve another type of ETF before he actually went out the door. I do believe Litecoin, XRP, Solana, and Hedera, and possibly Cardano are all going to get ETFs in 2025. So that's why Litecoin is actually up today. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.